Most professionals know that they should be creating content, but they don't. Maybe they're too busy. Maybe they don't know what to post. Maybe they think social media is shallow, annoying, or full of people just trying to get attention. And honestly, I totally get that mindset. And for years, I thought the same thing. But after building one of the largest YouTube channels in the hydrology engineering niche, watching that content generate clients, course sales, opportunities that I never thought possible, I've come to a very simple conclusion. If you're a professional in 2026, creating content is no longer optional. Not because you need followers, not because you need to become some famous influencer, but because content has become one of the most powerful forms of leverage that exists today. And in this video, I want to explain why. Let's start with something uncomfortable. Most people assume that the best expert always gets the most opportunity. But this isn't exactly how the professional world works. Now, in this scenario, imagine two different consultants. One has 20 years of experience. He's brilliant, incredibly knowledgeable, has a long track record of successful clients and outcomes. The other has 10 years experience, quite competent, but not as skilled as the first guy. However, every week, the second consultant posts consistently every week content showing his insights, transformations, and tips in his industry. He shares lessons, answers questions, and explains very common mistakes. He publishes his case studies, shows his thinking and process behind what he does. Which of those consultants is going to get more inbound opportunities? Usually, it's going to be the visible one, because people can't hire someone they don't know exists. And this isn't really unique to consulting, where I started off in the business world. It's true for attorneys, financial advisors, coaches, language teachers, business owners, and practically every profession at this point. Visibility absolutely isn't everything, but being invisible is a massive disadvantage. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that content scales and works for you while you're asleep. Think about networking. You go to a conference, maybe you meet 10 different people, 20 or 50, and that's great, that's very successful. But once the event ends, it's over. Content works completely differently. A YouTube video can help someone 6 months or even 6 years from now. A LinkedIn post can be discovered weeks later. An email newsletter can build trust for years. A helpful article can show up in search engines years long after you've published it. I've seen this myself. The effort is made just once, but the value continues for a long time. And that's amazing leverage, especially for small business owners trying to accomplish as much as possible and be efficient with their time. You create something once and it ends up working on your behalf while you're sleeping, while you're working, and even while you're on vacation, while you're literally doing anything else. And very few business activities have that kind of impact. Here's another reality many professionals underestimate. Most people won't hire you after just one interaction. Think about your own behavior. When you're considering hiring someone or reaching out for a service, what do? You Google them, you check their website, maybe you check their LinkedIn, maybe you watch a video on their company site, read a few posts, read some reviews or testimonials, maybe ask around. You're looking for signals about them before you go into business or pay a premium for their service. You're trying to answer one exact question. Can I trust this person? And can I trust them with my hard-earned money? Content does an amazing job at creating those trust signals. Every useful article, post, and video contributes to that trust. Everyone is a touch point and an opportunity to build familiarity with that potential customer. And familiarity, especially over time, and sometimes years, creates trust. People are far more likely to hire somebody whose ideas they've been consuming for months, learning how they think and approach the problem, so over time they can get exposed to how that problem will be solved for them, and they get comfortable with the idea of hiring them and asking them on board to help them solve their issue. They're way more likely to hire that person than someone they've never heard of. Now, this is the point nobody talks about here. Most people think content is just marketing, showcasing what you do, your skills, and your resume. I completely disagree. Believe it or not, creating content actually improves your expertise because the teaching of your systems and your methodology improves clarity. When you have to explain something to someone else, you quickly learn where the gaps of knowledge are in your own methodologies. You learn how to clean them up, better present them, and better explain them. You have to organize your thoughts, build frameworks, and explain the concepts clearly. I've experienced this firsthand. Over the years, I've created educational content for a highly technical industry, and that process of teaching made me better at my job. Not worse, better. Because when you explain things over and over again, patterns begin to emerge. Your communication improves. Your thinking improves. Your understanding deepens. So content creation isn't just broadcasting, it's actually a refinement of your business, ideas, and message. Now, at some point in this video, you're probably thinking, I don't want to become some viral influencer in my niche or business. I just want to help people and help my clients. Well, that's okay. Neither do I. I'm not advocating to become some viral influencer with trendy TikTok dances and music. When people hear content creation, they imagine influencers, celebs, and sketchy marketers pushing $300 blueprints on them that they're not sure will do anything. Daily vlogs, pranks, and lifestyle content. An endless hamster wheel of self-promotion that you can never get off of. And that's not what most professionals need anyways. Creating content can actually be incredibly simple and empowering for experts and small business owners. One useful LinkedIn post each week, an incredibly informative YouTube video once per month, an email newsletter twice per month. That's enough to start building momentum in your niche. It's not about fame, followers, or about going viral. The goal is about discoverability and trust in your niche. And that's a completely different thing. We're entering an age where information is absolutely abundant. AI can generate articles. AI can generate videos. It can generate websites now. The amount of online content is exploding in this day and age. So what exactly becomes credible? Trust, knowledge, experience, and real-life in-world expertise. People want to know who is behind the information, who's done the work, who can guarantee transformations, who has solved real-world problems with real-world experience, not copy-paste ChatGPT answers. That's why building a visible body of work matters today. Anything else can just become noise. The biggest mistake I see is people trying to do everything at once when it comes to content in their business. They create content on 6 different platforms, trying to create unique content for each of them daily, while balancing all the other tasks of running a business, expertise business, or consulting. They build complicated systems and complex email funnels. It becomes overwhelming and too much for them, and they quit after 2 weeks. So don't do that. Start small. Pick one platform. Be consistent. Try and answer the questions your clients are looking for right away. Share one useful idea per week. That's it. It's not complicated. No fancy equipment, no fancy editing techniques, just professionalism and teaching, hoping to help and reach your potential client base. And over time, those ideas compound. 1 post a week becomes 4 in a month, which becomes many in a year. 10 become 50, 50 becomes 100. And by the time you look back, you have something incredibly valuable that people can look back to that showcases your expertise, and it becomes a library of trust that you have now built up. So if you're great at what you do, creating content can be one of the highest leverages for you as a consultant, expert, or online business owner. Not because it's going to get you famous or tons of likes or make you go viral, because it helps people discover, trust, and remember you when it comes to their specific issue and problem. The reality is simple. If you're excellent at what you do, but no one's seeing it, content creations is one of the quickest routes to getting noticed, trusted, seen, and getting reached out to by your potential clients. And that's why every professional, to some degree, should be creating content. If you're a consultant, coach, advisor, engineer, or anywhere in between, I have a free guide for you in the description down below. It's called the 90-Day Authority Guide. It's going to show you how in 90 days, you can create a content creation system that works for your business to get you noticed, visible, recognized, and trusted by the clients in your niche so you can grow your business. If you have any questions, leave it in a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.